माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यमुनातीरवनचारी
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 राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन
यमुनातीरवनचारी
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 राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Jai Radhe,
Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Jai Radhe,
Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Dham,
Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Dham,
Jai Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai,
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai,
Jai Jai Gurudev Prabhupada, Gurudev Prabhupada,
Jai Jai Gurudev Prabhupada, Gurudev Prabhupada,
Nitai Gaura Hariva, Hariva,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय निताय गौरांग जय निताय गौरांग जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय सुदर्शना जय जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी क्षेत्र की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री श्री निताय गौरांग की जय। श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंह देव की जय। श्री श्री सुदर्शन भगवान की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, first canto, 11th chapter, text number 37. Tam ayam manyate loko, tam ayam manyate loko, hi asangam api sanginam, hi asangam api sanginam, आत्मौपम्येन मनुजं, आत्मौपम्येन मनुजं व्यापृण्वानं यतो अबुधः, व्यापृण्वानं यतो बुधः। तम अयं मन्यते लोको ह्यसंगम् अपि संगिनम्, आत्मौपम्येन मनुजं व्यापृण्वानं यतो बुधः। तमयं मन्यते लोको ह्यसंगम् अपि संगिनम्, आत्मौपम्येन मनुजं व्यापृण्वानं यतो बुधः। मयं मन्यते लोको ह्यसंगम् अपि संगिनम्, आत्मौपम्येन मनुजं व्यापृण्वानं यतो बुधः। तमयं मन्यते लोको ह्यसंगम् अपि संगिनम्, आत्मौपम्येन मनुजं व्यापृण्वानं यतो बुधः। तमयं मन्यते लोको ह्यसंगम् अपि संगिनम्, आत्मौपम्येन मनुजं व्यापृण्वानं यतो बुधः। Tam, unto Lord Krishna, I am all these common men. Manyate, do speculate within the mind. Lokaha, the conditioned souls. He, certainly, asangam, unattached. Api, in spite of. Sanginam, affected. Atma, self. Aupamyena, by comparison with the self. Manujam, ordinary man. Vyaprinvanam, being engaged in. Yataha, because. Abudhaha, foolish because of ignorance. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. The common materialistic conditioned souls speculate that the Lord is one of them. Out of their ignorance, they think that the Lord is affected by matter, although He is unattached. Please repeat. The common materialistic conditioned souls speculate that the Lord is one of them. Out of their ignorance, they think that the Lord is affected by matter, although He is unattached. Purport. The word abudha is significant here. Due to ignorance only, the foolish mundane wranglers misunderstand the Supreme Lord and spread their foolish imaginations amongst innocent persons by propaganda. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is the original primeval personality of Godhead, and when He was personally present before the eyes of everyone, He displayed full-fledged divine potency in every field of activities. As we have already explained in the first verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, He is completely independent to act however He likes, but all His actions are full of bliss, knowledge and eternity. Only the foolish mundaners misunderstand Him, unaware of His eternal form of knowledge and bliss, which is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads. His different potencies work in a perfect plan of natural sequence, and doing everything by the agency of His different potencies. He remains eternally the Supreme Independent when He descends on the material world by His causeless mercy to different living beings. He does so by His own potency. He is not subject to any condition of the material modes of nature. We can try to minimize the movement once the class begins. After the class, we can try to sit on this side or so that there is less distraction. So we should try to be present before we start. He descends on the material world by His causeless mercy to different living beings. He does so by His own potency. He is not subject to any condition of the material modes of nature, and He descends as He is originally. The mental speculators misunderstand Him as the Supreme Person, as they consider His impersonal feature as inexplicable Brahma to be all. Such a conception is also the product of the conditioned life, because they cannot go beyond their own personal capacity. Therefore, one who considers the Lord on the level of one's limited potency is only a common man. Such a man cannot be convinced that the personality of Godhead is always unaffected by the modes of material nature. He cannot understand that the sun is always unaffected by infectious matter. The mental speculators compare everything from the standpoint of experimental knowledge of their own selves. Thus, when the Lord is found to act like an ordinary person in matrimonial bondage, they consider Him to be like one of them, without considering that the Lord can at once marry 16,000 wives or more. Due to a poor fund of knowledge, they accept one side of the picture while disbelieving the other. This means that due to ignorance only, they always think of Lord Krishna as like themselves and make their own conclusions, which are absurd and unauthentic from the version of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Here in this chapter, the situation of an ordinary materialist is being explained. The description was given of the queens, how they welcomed Lord Krishna in the city of Dwarka, and their number was huge, 16,108. And thus it is told how mundane speculators, mundane wranglers, they are not able to understand the situation of Krishna, and thus they misunderstand Krishna to be like one of them. As all of us are affected by lust in this material world, they think Krishna also was very lusty, and thus he married all these queens, being affected by their feminine features. But we saw in the previous verse how Krishna is Atmaram, and he does not get affected by any attraction of this world, because he is supremely attractive. And once it so happened that Lord was meditating in the form of Nar Narayan. Supreme Lord takes various incarnations, and one such incarnation is that of Nar Narayan Rishi. Krishna and Arjuna, they incarnated. So when the Supreme Lord comes, his pure devotees, they also come along with him, or sometimes after him or before him to spread his message. His pure devotees are as independent as the Supreme Lord. So when Krishna and Arjuna came 5,000 years ago, they came with a purpose of giving us the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, they incarnated much before in the form of Nar and Narayan Rishi. And the purpose was to explain the power of austerities and the importance of austerities, doing tapasya. So they executed severe austerities. And when they were executing such austerities, Indra became very much worried. Why? Just like the students become worried. When they see other student is working very hard, they also become anxious. Oh, he or she will top the exam. That is why when they discuss how much have you studied, they tell, I have not studied at all. Whole syllabus is pending. I was too busy to touch books. So they don't want to display their austerities. So the more somebody works hard in this material sphere or spiritual sphere, the more they become powerful and advanced. So one attains elevated position in the material world by virtue of austerities. So when the rishis, they started executing austerities, Indra became scared that my position is in danger. They had no interest in Krishna, in Indra's position. He has created all the Indras, everyone. But anyway, Atmavat Manyate Jagat is the principle. It means everyone perceives the world as he is. A person who is thief, he thinks everyone is thief. He is trying to steal money from. A person who is good, he feels the whole world is good. That is why a pure devotee thinks whole world is devotee. He is not able to find any fault anywhere. Uttamadhikari. He sees whole world is good. Nobody is bad in this world. And the person who is crooked and bad, he feels whole world is bad. So we see the world as we are. So Indra, being greedy to occupy the position of maximum material enjoyment, thought they are doing tapasya for material enjoyment. And thus Indra sent special beauties from the heavenly planets, society girls from the heavenly planets. And what is the beauty of heavenly planet? Many times more beautiful are the women of heavenly planets. Such kind of beauty is not visible in this material world on this planet. So he thought, so this is the favorite weapon of Indra. He sends celestial beauties down to display the austerities. And the strongest attraction in this world is attraction between man and woman. It is most difficult to overcome. Everything else is secondary. This is the primary attraction. So it is extremely difficult to overcome. And thus he thought, let me send the beauties again. All the great sages, many great sages have fallen down for attraction to a female. So let me send these girls and let us hope to disturb their austerities. So when these great beauties, they came down, so the Nar Narayan, they smiled that he is trying to enchant us with these insignificant beauties. Then immediately they created much more beautiful women from their own body. And these heavenly women who came down, they became ashamed when they compared their beauties with these beauties which were emanating, which came out of body of the sage. So then he told Indra, now you understood who am I? So take these beauties also along with you to heaven and enjoy. So thus Krishna explained, he is the source of all beauties. Nobody can attract Krishna by anything of this world. He is the, just like Prabhupada explains, the person who is confectioner, mithai wala. He is not attracted by sweets. He is making sweets day in and day out. We may get attracted, let me eat some more sweets. But he is always cooking sweets day in and day out. He is not attracted. So Krishna has created all the beauties, so he is not attracted. He has got unlimited beauties. He knows the formula, he has created. So Krishna is Atmaram. Nobody, no feature, no attraction of this world can draw his attention and mind. But he is drawn only by pure devotional service. So that is the situation of the queens. Because the queens were great devotees of the Supreme Lord, their affection, their love, it compelled Krishna to accept all of these women as his wives. Krishna was never attracted by their features. External features cannot attract Krishna. But people misunderstand. And here sangam api sanginam, those people who are attached to this material world, they think Krishna is also attached. And thus they deride Krishna. And this is the famous accusation which Krishna has, that Krishna danced with so many girls, so we also will dance. And thus people think the illicit affairs between man and woman are justified by Krishna. So this is very wrong understanding. That is why, so let me read a letter here. So try to hear this letter very carefully, and then I will ask you a question. Let me see who is able to figure out. So this letter is written by Srila Prabhupada. My dear daughter Manmohini, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your nice letter dated 18th Feb 1970. I will not ask the date. Along with your beads for chanting and a pair of lovely flower garlands. So Prabhupada sent beads for chanting. She has sent beads for chanting, and Prabhupada told, it was very nice, I have received, thank you very much. I have immediately offered the flower garlands to Radha and Krishna, and they are so nice looking. I am very happy to accept you as my disciple, and I am glad to know that you are praying to Lord Krishna, only that you may always remember that your position eternally is to serve and take shelter of his transcendental lotus feet. So I am returning your beads duly chanted by me, and your spiritual name is Manmohini Dasi. Manmohini is another name of Radharani, and Manmohini Dasi is the maidservant of Radharani. Now please chant Hare Krishna mantra and be sublimely happy. You know that as my initiated disciple, you must chant regularly 16 rounds of beads daily and follow the 4 restrictions, namely, no eating of meat, fish or eggs, no illicit sex life, no taking of any kinds of intoxications, and no gambling or mental speculation. If you stick to these principles and chant the holy name, avoiding the 10 offenses in the matter of chanting, you will become steady and rapidly advanced in Krishna consciousness. I am very pleased to note that you are nicely engaged in preparing bhoga at the Boston temple, and you are also going on Sankirtan. Please study very carefully all of our books and learn our philosophy with the help of our many experienced students there in Boston, and remain happy in Krishna consciousness under the care and guidance of Sriman Swaswarup and Sriman Brahmananda. As you are their younger sister, I am enclosing here with one sheet listing the 26 qualifications of the devotee and the 10 offenses to be avoided in chanting the Mahamantra and standard practices for initiated devotees. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So Prabhupada initiated her and thus explained what she was supposed to do after initiation. So Prabhupada gave her the rules, and these rules have 4 regulative principles which the initiated disciples are supposed to follow. So which 4 regulative principles were mentioned here? No meat eating. Along with meat eating, what was mentioned? Yeah, no fish and no eggs also. Some people do not consider fish as non-vegetarian. Some people do not consider egg as non-vegetarian. So Prabhupada explicitly has written, no meat eating, no fish, no eggs. Yes, and then no illicit sex, no intoxication, and no gambling, and yes, so this is very important. So these are extremely sinful activities. That is why we have to avoid. Striya suna dyutipanam yatra dharmas chaturvidha. As long as we indulge in sinful activities, we cannot understand God. The sinful activities, they cloud our intelligence. They intoxicate our mind, and thus we are not able to understand Krishna. So meat eating is very, very sinful activity. Illicit sex is very sinful activity. Gambling is very sinful activity. And Prabhupada has counted speculation also as a sinful activity. And thus Prabhupada has told this regulative principles: do not do speculation, mental speculation. No gambling and speculation. So speculation comes in the category of gambling. Why it is called gambling? Yes, the result of the gambling is uncertain. You can win money, you can lose money. Similarly, mental speculation, trying to understand Krishna using our intelligence, is gambling. You may understand, you may not understand, because our intelligence is limited. We have tendency to commit mistakes. Who knows, we would have committed a mistake. Our understanding can never be sure. So when the understanding can never be sure, why should I use my limited mind to understand Krishna? Because all of us have tendency to commit mistakes. It is such a simple logic which we should understand. And if we don't understand this, we do mental speculation, then we are doomed. So if we break these 4 regulative principles, our spiritual life is doomed. All the troubles of life are only because of these 4 regulative principles. The whole world is disturbed today. So many posts are coming every day that, how some people are eating watermelon. And of course that was apparently wrong news. Poor watermelon was blamed. So then they tell that it is actually poison which affected the peoples. Unfortunately, a family passed away. But it was not because of watermelon, it was because of poison. If you put poison in mango, then also people would die. So it is, we should not blame watermelon for that. So correlation is different from causation. So this was correlation. Watermelon was found in their stomach and the people died. So they assume watermelon is cause of death. So no, watermelon is not cause of death. Watermelon was present in the body of dead persons. This is called limitation of logic, speculation. So if we use our mind to understand the cause, in this way we will misunderstand. That is why the desi ghee was banned by the medical fraternity for almost 4 decades. Because they did some research and they found out people who got heart attack, they found the presence of this desi ghee in their body. And then they assumed correlation to be causation. Because desi ghee was present in the body of people who got heart attacks, they thought desi ghee is the cause of heart attacks. Just like you are waiting for the bus and the bus came late and then you saw a dog also on the street. So 3 days you saw the dog and 3 days your bus was late. So you assumed the dog bus theory. When the dog comes, the bus is late. So in order to make the bus arrive on time, I have to take this dog away. So you invented a new law. The dog bus law. When the dog is there, the bus is late. No. It is correlation. The dog by chance was there on the street and by chance the bus was late. The presence of dog on the street does not delay the bus. So in this way, if you try to come to a conclusion by our intelligence, by our logic, we will misunderstand. It is gambling. We may or we may not be true in our understanding. That is why this speculation is very, very dangerous. So first of all, by speculation, we can never understand what is God. God is controller of our mind. By our mind, can I force God? Now God, I want to understand you. No. Then we become God. God is supreme controller. Our mind, intelligence, everything is controlled by the Supreme Lord. God is called absolute truth. Our mind is relative. So by using our mind, we can never. A person in dream can have unlimited conferences. He can host various discussions. He will never understand the reality that I am sleeping. This world is illusory. He may keep on doing talks in dream. Try to understand what is truth. With all the people in the dream, he will never be able to understand reality. Similarly, in this world, we can have numerous discussions, numerous conferences. We only need to wake up to understand what is reality, who am I. Our speculations will not work. And not just that speculations don't work, the speculation is a very dangerous activity. Like these 4 activities are very, very dangerous. All the anomalies of this world are only because of these 4 sinful activities. Now, of course, in this case, it may be correlation and not causation, but it is a fact that the foods are very, very dangerous. Everywhere there are chemicals. There was news that 80% of the mangoes that we would get in the season, they are having high content of carbide in them, which is used to artificially sweeten the mangoes. So color is injected, the saccharine sugar is injected, various chemicals are injected. Everything is everything is corrupted. Every field is corrupted, and thus we are suffering. So why this corruption is there? People are trying to enact various laws. The lawmakers are also corrupt. The so-called law followers are also corrupt. The whole world is corrupt. So why there is corruption? You keep on making laws, nothing is going to happen. Simply, if we take care of following these 4 regulative principles, all the corruption will be eliminated. Simply stop meat eating. That is why they talk in the secret services or the intelligence agencies that it is very difficult to attract or allure a person who does not break these regulative principles. Very difficult. If a person does not drink, person does not smoke, no intoxication, does not gamble, no illicit sex, is very chaste in relationships, then very, very difficult to shake his moral standards. So simply if everyone follows these 4 regulative principles, the government enacts these 4 principles, then there would be thorough honesty. And it was practical. That is why when the Westerners or outsiders, they came to India, they were surprised at seeing the moral values that people follow. Now, of course, India leads in corruption. It is because the values got eroded. But otherwise, the situation was so nice that people would sell jewelry sitting on the roadside. And they would not carry this jewelry bag home. They would leave it there. Come again on the next day, sit again and start selling. There was so much honesty. The walls were studded with jewels. The walls of the temples, of the palaces, the deities. So nowadays you put these ornaments on the deities, people will steal away. So the eyes of the deities, the ornaments of the deities, they were made with actual jewels, gold and diamond. The animals were decorated with gold, what to speak of anything else. There was so much of wealth and opulence, and people would not steal. Even when there is difficulty, they would never take to corruption and stealing. People were thoroughly honest. So that is why they were surprised. That is why Macaulay told that we cannot rule them, very difficult. These people are having very strong moral values because people were following 4 regulative principles very, very strictly. There was chastity in relationship. Meat eating was highly restricted. Gambling, intoxication. So if we follow this, then a person remains in Sattva Guna. So just like these 4 habits are very, very debilitating, similarly mental speculation is also counted here. It is very, very dangerous. Why mental speculation is dangerous? So because it is also extreme form of sense gratification. So why these 4 regulative principles we have to follow? Because they give very high pleasure. And if we enjoy senses without restriction, the result would be depression. That is the nature of material enjoyment. The material enjoyment in mode of passion, it is nectar in the beginning. If we do gambling, it gives us great pleasure. If we do intoxication, immediately there is great pleasure. Illicit sex, great pleasure immediately. But the end result is always misery. That is the nature of sense gratification. So these 4 other principles, meat eating, intoxication, they are connected to our body. Mental speculation is connected to mind. So when we do mental speculation, this is also sense gratification. And any kind of sense gratification without restriction puts us into misery. So that is why many scientists, they commit suicide. Why do they commit suicide? When they are not able to understand why something is happening, they become depressed. I want to understand immediately. And when they are not able to understand, they commit suicide. That is why we also get disturbed sometimes. When we try to solve some puzzle, some question, I am not able to understand, I become disturbed. Why am I not able to understand? So this mental speculation puts us into lower modes of nature, puts us into tamoguna. That is why Rup Goswami, when it is mentioned, Atyahar prayashascha prajalpo niyamagraha, over endeavor is done at gross level. If a person is very much working hard to accumulate material assets or working very hard to understand the absolute truth, that is also called over endeavor. Just like our body has certain needs, mind has certain needs for logic. But mind cannot understand it now and still it wants to understand, it becomes depressed. And thus this speculation becomes fatal. Just like if we break regulative principles without restriction, then we will lose our spiritual life, we will fall down. Similarly, if we do mental speculation, we lose spiritual life, we fall down, we come in ignorance. So that is why Prabhupada wrote here and in many other places, to stop mental speculation immediately. So this is also a favorite weapon of Maya. Maya injects various doubts and forces us to do mental speculation. And how we can understand? We have got limitations. So we have to wait. We have to wait for the revelation. When Krishna is pleased with our devotional service, then he would reveal himself. He will give the understanding. We cannot force Krishna. Panthastu koti shatavatsara sampargamyo vayorarthapi manaso muni pungavana. Muni means philosophers, great thoughtful men. They can keep on speculating for millions of years, but they will not be able to understand Krishna. We have got tiny brains. Just like an ant. Ant may do great bodybuilding. It may become leader of the ant community in bodybuilding. Can it compete with the strength of the humans? No. Similarly, you can become a great philosopher compared to human standards. But how you can fathom the Supreme Lord, whom Indra could not understand, whom Brahma could not understand? So when the great Devatas are not able to understand Supreme Lord, what is our capacity as human beings? So that is why Sevan Mukhe Jivvadav, we should engage in service of the Supreme Lord. Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivim Prakritim Ashrita. We have to become Mahatma, great man from Krishna's perspective. Who is a great man from Krishna's perspective? Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, who is always chanting Krishna's name. So Krishna explains who is able to understand him in 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. First Krishna explains who cannot understand. Asuram Bhavam Ashrita, Avajananti Mam Muda. Those who have taken to demoniac principles, those who are miscreants, grossly foolish, they cannot understand Krishna. And who can understand Krishna? Krishna explains Mahatma, Great souls only can understand me. Who is a great soul? Bhajanti ananya manaso. Without any deviation of mind, they bhajan, they engage in my service. With mind fully attached to me, bhaktya, with great love and devotion. Those whose minds are absorbed in my service with great love and devotion without any deviation. And satatam kirtayanto mam, they are always chanting my name, satatam, constantly. Yatantascha dridhavritaha, with great vow, determination, they are following all the rules and regulations of my service. They are called Mahatma. Gyatva bhutadim avyayam, gyatva, they are able to understand that I am bhutadim, I am the origin of all material manifestation. And avyayam, I am inexhaustible, I don't die, I am eternal. So this Mahatma is able to understand. So some people tell, yes, I will understand Krishna by reading the Vedas. I need not take to chanting. I am interested in reading the Vedas. Krishna's description is here, I would read or I would speculate. That is why immediately Krishna answers in the next verse. So Krishna explained here what is situation of Mahatma. Gyatva bhutadim avyayam. They are able to understand me as the original source of everything, inexhaustible. Then immediately in the next verse, verse number 15, Krishna explains, Jnana yagyena chapyanye. There are some others who take to process of Jnana yoga. And Krishna uses the word tu. Tu means but. But there are others who are not exactly Mahatmas. They have not become Mahatma. And they take to the process of Jnana yagyena chapyanye. They follow the process of Jnana yoga, cultivating knowledge. And then they worship Krishna in three ways. Ekatvena prithaktvena bahudha vishvato mukham. So when they try to understand the supreme truth by their logic, they come to three different understandings. First understanding is ekatvena, monism, that there is no duality here. Pluralities are illusion. Only one energy exists. So in this way, they think the origin is simply one energy. The varieties are false. Ekatvena, monism. Then prithaktvena, there are many forms of the Supreme Lord. Any form you can worship. They are worshippers of devatas, demigods. They think there are many forms, pantheism. You can worship Indra, Chandra, Surya, Shiva, Ganesha, Vayu. Any form. All these forms are imaginary. Imagine the Supreme in any form of your choice and worship. Male form, female form, in any form you can imagine. Prithaktvena. And then Bahudha Vishvato Mukham. Third category, they cannot think of anything beyond material manifestation. They think there is nothing beyond this material universe, this is all in all. So they think God to be supreme organism, this universe. That God is nothing but this entire universe. And they worship universal form, Vishvato Mukham. So whenever they see the trees here, they think these are the hairs on the body of Supreme Lord. When they see great mountain ranges, they think these are the bones of the body of God. When they see the great sphere, sun and the moon, they think these are the eyes of the Supreme Lord. For them, Supreme Lord is this universe. But they are not Mahatma. That is why Krishna has used the word tu. But these people, Jnana yagyena chapyanne, those who take to the process of Jnana yoga, they cannot be called Mahatma. That is subordinate process. By doing such research after many lifetimes, bahunam janmanamante, jnanman mam prapadyante. They surrender unto me. They understand Krishna is the original source of everything. When they become Mahatma, they satatam, they take to process of constantly chanting his name. They engage in his service without any deviation, bhaktya, with great love. Then they are able to understand Krishna. And only when they understand Krishna, they can solve all the miseries of life. So in this way, we should avoid mental speculation. This is a great hurdle. Maya forces us to try to understand Krishna immediately, and when we are not able to understand, we become disturbed, and sometimes we lose Krishna consciousness. So I should understand, no, our material mind is not the right instrument to discover God. Just like microscope. Shall we use it to see planets in the sky? No. Microscope can only see small things. Or binoculars. Can we use the binoculars means you have lost your cow or animal, you look, try to search the field. You want to see your favorite batsman, you use binoculars to see that. Using binoculars, you cannot see the celestial bodies. That is beyond the range of binoculars. There is no use of using binoculars to study the planets. Similarly, our mind has got limited range. So when the instrument is not right, why should I use it? I should become peaceful and engage in the service of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord will progressively reveal himself. So in this way, mental speculation has to be stopped. Just like we stop intoxication, we stop illicit sex, we stop gambling, we should stop this process of understanding Krishna using our mundane logics and try to surrender, become his devotee. Then we would be happy and we would advance. We will finish here unless there are any questions.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
That means Bhakti Yoga is only easily preachable and the results can come easily in that because it needs only surrender and detachment.
Correct. Bhakti Yoga is easy as well as it is the only means to understand God as it is told in the Vedas.
And that speculation and that all goes away with only this.
Yes.
Mental speculation.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mental speculation is Lal Bujakkad philosophy. We discussed Lal Bujakkad. How many of you were there? Who others did not hear Lal Bujakkad? Who did not hear Lal Bujakkad? Oh, so many. How come? Okay, I will tell you. So this is mental speculation. So there was this great philosopher in the village, the wisest in the village. His name was Lal Bujakkad Chacha. Village you call Chacha. Elderly man. So this Lal Bujakkad was the leader, the wisest in the village. So any difficulty villagers faced, they would immediately approach Lal Bujakkad. So one night a strange thing happened in the village. What happened? They saw some very strange impressions on their fields, all the villagers. Big, round, deep impressions on their fields. So they got surprised. What is this? We have never seen these impressions before. What has crossed our fields at night? So they were surprised. So actually those were the impressions of the feet of an elephant. So the elephant they did not see in that village. They saw other small animals. So they were surprised. Which animal has crossed? What is this? What has happened exactly? What can create these deep impressions? So they told, okay, let us go to Lal Bujakkad. He will tell us. So Lal Bujakkad was very eagerly waiting. Oh, they will come to me. But he cannot venture. No, I will. He is a respectable man. Let people come to him. So they knocked on the door. Immediately Lal Bujakkad told, yes, I will help you. So Lal Bujakkad went on the field. He started examining. So actually it was explained very nicely in the form of a poetry. We read this in our school syllabus, in the Hindi textbooks. So the poetry goes like this. Lal Bujakkad bujh gaya, bujh na paya koi. Lal Bujakkad has understood what nobody could understand. What he has understood? Paira ma chakki bandh ke hirana kuda hoye. We know chakki, the hand mill. So paira ma chakki bandh ke. The Hiran has fastened this mechanical handmill on his leg and then he has jumped across the fields. So this is impossible occurrence. Hiran is very poor animal. The deer cannot have, first of all, who will tie mill on the feet of a deer and how he can jump if he has got such heavy mills fastened on his foot. But no, he has told this has happened. Paira ma chakki bandh ke hirana kuda hoye. So this is called mental speculation. Because I have no experience of elephant, I have experience of a deer. I have experience of a hand mill. So I combine the two. I think this is the possible theory. So in this way, various possible theories people keep on accepting and those theories are rejected after some time. So that is why if we simply take to devotional service, Krishna tells, Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I am the source of all intelligence. The same soul is present in an ant's body, in a buffalo's body, in a human body. But these different bodies, intelligence is given by Krishna. So when Krishna agrees, he can give us greater intelligence. Just like he gave intelligence to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he was clearly able to see past, present, and future. He was given great knowledge. So, just like Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, Krishna will give knowledge to us also from within the heart, from his books. Simply if we become his devotee. Do we have online? Yeah. Online?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandal Pranam. Prabhu, regarding universal form of the Lord, is it the
Little louder.
regarding the universal form of the Lord?
Yeah.
Is it the form of a Lord or is it something else? Is it a temporary or permanent?
It is also form of the Lord. Because the Lord has entered the universe in the form of Kshirodakshai Vishnu, the universe has got its form. Otherwise, no forms can exist. The mountains, rivers, trees, nothing can exist. Just like when the soul enters the body has got this form. When Lord Krishna enters the universe in the form of Kshirodakshai Vishnu, the universe develops a form. But it is not in the form of a human being, having hands, legs and everything. That is imagined. Because we can only get attached to another person like us. So they imagine, these are the bones, this is the body, these are the hairs, clouds are the hairs, these are the eyes, in this way.
So after annihilation of the material universe, it get annihilated.
Yes, this is temporary manifestation. Although this is form of Lord, but this is temporary.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the very nice explanation. I just wanted to understand that when you're saying that do devotion, is that what we are saying? So to Arjun, Krishna said fight. And students should study and people should work. So what exactly is devotion meaning? Is it working as worship? When you're doing whatever you're doing, you work it as a worship to Krishna, or work is worship, or how exactly is worship different from the duties? Like Arjun's duty was to fight, so he told him to fight, and possibly fighting was worship. So how people understand devotion? How should we understand devotion? Just wanted to.
So we discussed, if we work like Arjuna, Krishna would give us all knowledge. So working like Arjuna means what? Arjuna did his duty. So is devotion something different? Is duty something different? Or are they one and the same? And what we are supposed to do? So Krishna gave Arjun various reasons to fight. So duties are of various levels. Just like in our education system, we have got various level of schooling, various classes. Higher class gives progressively greater knowledge. Lower class is meant so that we can leave the syllabus of lower class and move to higher class. The rules and regulations of lower class have to be given up. The chalk has to be given up to pick up pencil. Pencil has to be given up to pick up pen. The calculator which is banned in the lower classes is something which we must carry in the undergraduate level or higher levels. Similarly, there are different levels of duties. So Krishna was trying to convince Arjuna at every level. So the highest level of duty is devotion to the Supreme Lord. But not everyone is qualified to understand who is Supreme Lord and to engage in devotional service of the Supreme Lord. So in order to understand to this highest duty, that is why there is a very famous narration from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, where a person completely violated all his duties. He threw his chaste wife out of his family. He picked up a prostitute, started living with the prostitute. He started killing and robbing people, kidnapping people. He completely violated all his duties. And at the end of his life, he chanted the name of God once. And then he became liberated. So the servants of Yamraj, they went there to punish him, to bring him to Yamlok for punishment because he did not follow his duties. And but then they were unsuccessful. So they went to Yamraj and they wanted to commit suicide. They told, we have never been so very much embarrassed that we were stopped from executing our duties. So this person did not follow any duty, but still he got liberated. So please explain us what is duty and how he was not punished. Why he was, we were unable to bring him to Yamlok. And then Yamraj The person who has perfect understanding of duty and sinful activities, he explained, Savai punsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje. Savai punsam, vai means certainly, punsam means for the human beings. Paro dharma, para means supreme or transcendental, dharma means duty. The supreme duty is that yato bhaktir adhokshaje, which leads us to engagement in bhakti of adhokshaja, of Krishna, who cannot be perceived by senses. So engagement in loving service of the Supreme Lord is the topmost duty. However, it is not easy to understand Krishna, God. So when you cannot do that, other inferior duties are mentioned here. You are Kshatriya, you fight, your duty is to fight, to protect people. You are Brahmana, your duty is to give education. And you are farmer, your duty is to cultivate the crops, increase wealth of the society. You are a Shudra, you do technical work, help other classes in their work, you become assistant. In this way, different duties are given. As child, this duty, as husband, this duty, wife, this duty, as a national, this duty. So all these duties are meant to progressively take a person to topmost duty. So Arjuna was convinced by Krishna by all ways and means. So if you understand I am Supreme Lord, then I want this fight to happen, so please fight. This is topmost duty, this is bhakti. And if you are not able to understand this, you are a Kshatriya, at least understand that according to Kshatriya you are supposed to fight. Thus Krishna convinced Arjuna in various ways and means. So what is the difference between work and devotion? So when we do work for the Supreme Lord, thinking of the Supreme Lord, then work becomes devotion. And when we do work for our personal enjoyment, then that work is called sinful activity. So then Arjuna finally understood that I have to do this work, fight, because Krishna wants this fight to happen. That is why Arjuna's fighting became devotional activity.
How do we blend that devotion with our day-to-day activities?
Whatever activities we do should be done for Krishna's pleasure.
Like students are studying and giving exams, studying some subject,
Yes.
mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
they're studying.
Yeah.
How is that part of devotion?
Yes. Good question. So if a student thinks, let me study my engineering or medicine or accounts so that I can earn very nicely and have a prestigious position in the society, and thus I will enjoy. This is a sinful activity. And when the student thinks, let me study very nicely so that I can use my skills for Krishna. So the skills can be used for Krishna's service, and sometimes it can be used directly, just like I am reading from this wonderful interface, which some computer engineer would have done. So Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is present in electronic format. It is very easy for us to access. So thus education is used in Krishna's service. There are wonderful apps in our phones by which we can immediately listen to the voice of spiritual master. We can hear audiobooks in the Vedic literatures. So this is right application of the knowledge. And even though we cannot apply directly, then whatever money they are earning, that can be used in Krishna's service. Just like the mother serves the child directly, father goes away from the child, traditional setup, to earn money. But then that money is also used in child service. So in this way, either directly the student skill can be used in Krishna's service in propagating the message of Bhagavad Gita, or the profession which may not be directly connected, the result of that profession, the power, the influence, the money which student earns or the professional earns can be used to spread Krishna consciousness. In this way it becomes devotion. If somebody is a homemaker, one should cook food, offer that food to Krishna and feed the family. Then the homemaker's cooking is also devotional service. We are raising the kids so that kids also can become devotees of Krishna. Then raising kids also becomes devotional service. So in this way, every action becomes devotional service.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhu, in the lecture you had mentioned that both in the material world as well as spiritual world, the more we work hard, the more we advance.
The more we do tapasya, austerity, yes.
Yes, Prabhu. But Prabhu, previously you had also mentioned that by putting in our 8 hours, we get what we are destined for.
Not hard work. I spoke about austerity.
Austerity.
Yes. So we have to be austere. Advancement in spiritual life or material life. So hard work is also one form of austerity. That is also a fact. So any kind of voluntary acceptance of discomfort is austerity.
very hard.
Yes.
That is austerity.
Austerity.
So we should get more than the advance in material.
Austerity also should be regulated. I will not eat anything for 1 month. We will die. Our bodies are not suitable for that. So that is a regulation. So yes, that is a pure devotees. They work 24 hours like Goswamis. They would not work 8 hours or whatever. Always.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanavad Pranam. Prabhupada at a lot of places he has emphasized कि you should read my books scrutinizingly.
Yes.
And he has also said कि devotees should write their reflections, right?
Write the realization.
Realizations. So what is the line between reading Prabhupada's books, contemplating on what he has written, and mental speculation? What is the line? How does one differentiate?
Same thing. The Vedic literatures are absolute truths. So when we try to understand what is written in the Vedic literatures, that is the right speculation. That is called scrutinizing study. And when we try to reason without reading the books, that comes under mental speculation. So the books explain that Gyatva Bhutadim Avyayam, we just discussed, that Krishna is the source of everything. Now you try to understand how Krishna is the source of everything. We see that somewhere it is told in the Vedas, Brahma is source of everything. Somewhere it is told that Shiva is supreme controller. Somewhere it is told Brahma is supreme controller. Somewhere it is told Durga is creator. Somewhere it is told Brahma is creator. Somewhere Shiva is creator. Somewhere it is told Vishnu is creator. So what is fact? Because all these things are written in the Vedic literatures. All of them are considered creators. But original creator has to be one. So now you try to understand this is fact. Now I apply my mental speculation. Then I come to the understanding of Big Bang. Whole world has come from Big Bang, or the world was always there. So in this way, various theories I'll come up with. So when we try to understand the truth using the Vedic literatures, that is called scrutinizing study. So when you read Vedas further, then you will understand, oh, this is the understanding. Mother is also creator, father is also creator, grandfather is also created in that sense. But the grandfather is the origin of both father, mother and the son or the grandson. So he is the original creator. So in this way, using the Vedas, we have to do scrutinizing reading. That helps us. Online?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Does investing in stock market for long-term investment fall under mental speculation?
So any kind of investment in which the results are certain, then that is called investment, that is good. But any kind of investment in which the results are uncertain, that comes under gambling. So we can choose whether it is long-term, short-term, crypto or whatever investment. Wherever the results are uncertain, that is gambling.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, if we read Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and if we are not able to understand the purport of the verses, should we not speculate on the meaning?
Good question. So sometimes when we read the books, the standard books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, again it is difficult for us to understand. Then what do? Then we try to understand as far as our intelligence allows. And beyond that, I should understand that now it is not possible. Whenever Krishna allows me, when I increase my devotional service, Krishna will give me the understanding. So this regulation is important in every field of activity. Tapasya, it is ideal that we don't eat, we don't drink even a drop of water on Ekadashi. But will my body allow? I may not be practiced. I may have various diseases. If I am diabetic, I may pass out by such kind of fasting. But gradually with practice, I can definitely improve, work upon it. Similarly, my intelligence may allow me certain understanding. And even after trying, I am not able to understand something, then I should wait and execute devotional service, read after some time, and we will understand.
How can we apply the instruction of Abhyas and Vairagya for mind control as spoken by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita?
That we just discussed. Abhyas means the practice of regulative principles. chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or whatever you can do as per your convenience, getting up in the Brahm Muhurta and eating only Krishna Prasadam, associating with devotees, reading the Vedic literatures. And Vairagya means detachment. By following these 4 regulative principles, avoid meat eating, intoxication, gambling, illicit sex. In this way, Abhyasa and Vairagya should be applied.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandvat Pranam. How to increase the determination towards serving the Lord?
By following Brahmacharya. Prabhupada explains, Brahmacharya is very important to do anything with determination. But then Brahmacharya also may be very difficult. How do I increase Brahmacharya? By chanting and hearing very nicely, serving Krishna very nicely. So chanting and hearing is the source of Brahmacharya, and by Brahmacharya we can follow anything with determination.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandvat Pranam. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, the senses are strong and impetuous, that they forcibly carry away the mind, even of a man of discrimination. Occasionally sometime engaged in sense gratification or in breaking regulative principle, is it acceptable?
Yes, the senses are very strong, and sometimes accidentally we may break regulative principles. So if that is accidental, I am trying my best to avoid, but Maya may become overwhelming at times. And Maya may force us to commit mistakes. So if we are sincere, we are repentful, then Krishna will forgive it. But if you make it a habit that let me break regulative principle, anyway I am going to chant tomorrow, then like Ajamil, I will become free. So let me violate regulative principles and then chant next day, become free. Again break, again do this thing. I make it a habit. Then Prabhupada explains, then we would be punished. That is great offense. So despite our best efforts, due to habits or addictions of past life, we may commit mistakes. That is all right.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. We know that Krishna and we have similar qualities. So how can we have got such material desires, lust and greed?
There is no problem with so-called lust or greed or anything else. The problem is these desires while we are having material contamination. Just like the desire to eat is not bad. But if a sick man wants to eat, he would not get cured soon. Desire to eat sweets is good. We enjoy sweets. But if a diabetic person has this desire, he would be killed. So thus the attraction between man and woman, as we see, it exists in spiritual sky also. But this attraction, if we have in this material world, then we are doomed. So the desires are not bad. The greed is also good. But the greed should be there for Krishna. You want to make a skyscraper. If you think I want to make skyscraper for my personal enjoyment, material enjoyment, that is bad. But make a skyscraper temple for Krishna, such greed is very good. So these tendencies in material world, they are bad because we are having material disease. Otherwise, all these tendencies, greed, anger, they are source of great pleasure on the liberated platform. We'll finish here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, विश्व गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Subscribe to our channel, and to get the latest updates, do not forget to press the bell icon. Hare Krishna.